So we're running a search in ERIC and Education Research Complete, and it's on distance education or e-learning and strategic planning and higher education, post-secondary, that type of thing. But how are we going to look at limiting this more? So if we're moving away from looking at the keywords themselves, which are a really good way to limit, we can use the filters over here. And I'll just go through and kind of explain some of the important ones. So full text will limit to articles or any other resource that is directly linked to a full text within this database. It can be useful if you have like a quick need for a PDF article, but it is going to limit out articles that we might have access to in a different database because right now it's just searching everything that it has indexed. So for higher level searches, you're not going to want to use the full text limiter because you will be missing out on some important information. The peer review limiter, you can see it's also right here, so you can quickly click on it at the bottom. Publication date, of course, often doing more recent is important, but it does depend on your topic area, and it can be really good to pull in some foundational text. So it depends on your topic area. Like not a lot has changed in ancient Rome in the last 20 years, so you might be able to use older ones for that. Whereas, if we're looking at AI and more technology forward topics, we're going to want to look at more recent articles. So I'll limit to peer review, I'll limit the publication date. We already know which databases we're searching. So another one that can be useful is source type. So peer-reviewed will limit out to peer-reviewed journals, which means that there are going to be some items within that section that might not be peer-reviewed, even though they're in a peer-reviewed journal. For instance, review articles are typically not peer-reviewed. You'll also find that conference proceedings come up in the peer review limiter. So if you want to limit to only articles, you can select academic journals. Now I've linked out to how to share your results, but just to note, the hyperlink at the top is a reusable link, so you can use that. It's not officially a permalink, and the search will be rerun, so you won't always get exactly the same results. Often you have to re-put in your limiters when you select that. And for any of the articles that you are interested in, if you select the dots over here, you can grab the citation. That's just a computer-generated citation, so it will need to be edited, but you can paste that into your own Word document. You can also share the article. That will select the permalink to get it. We've got the PDF there you can download. I think if you download, you have the option to download just the metadata or the full text if the full text is available. And you can add these to a folder. Keep in mind that this folder is an account that you have to sign up for with EBSCO. That is between you and EBSCO and not the library. It does link to your library access, but that's the only thing. So if you're not properly logged in, I've had students add a bunch to their folder and then lose it because they hadn't remembered to log in. So I don't recommend doing that. The other problem is that you will be using more than just EBSCO databases. So using something like a citation management software will be a better use of your time for having all of your articles stored in one place. So I think that kind of gets you started on the important parts there. Be sure to take a look at subject terms and author supplied keywords. Any of the keywords and subject terms are going to be helpful for helping you develop your topic. You can be like, okay, I should add in teaching methods, that type of thing.